School's just about halfway over, kiddos. Christmas is coming up, allowing you to kick back for a few weeks and relax from a stressful school year full of tests, teen awkwardness, and a now sad lack of snow days due to school being generally sucky. You know, when you think about it, it is pretty sad how badly we look forward to our breaks nowadays, since school is just boring, generally uninteresting, and can be pretty unmotivating as well. But what if it didn't have to be? Okay, sure, it may still be stressful and boring, but what if your school could at least be interesting in itself? From a school that floats to a school that lets you pick your own time, here are 10 of the strangest schools around the world. With all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Looking more like someone's survival hut in Ark or Rust, this rather imaginative school is located in Nigeria. Now, this school may not look like a traditional school, but it certainly was one, and if you live near the water, could probably pick you up from home. This school's main use and unique design is the ability to float on the water and be mobile, allowing it to resist rising water levels from the local lagoons and storms. The school was able to accommodate 100 children at a time, and while I'm sure what was taught was quite compelling, the school actually does have a rather sad ending. You see, the school was reportedly only in use for 4 months out of the 3 years it stood, ultimately abandoned by its creators and any funding for it was pulled. Ironically enough, the school collapsed due to heavy rainfall, weakening its structure and causing it to literally fall in on itself. Okay, classrooms can be boring. You're stuck in a square room all day, staring at a whiteboard as a very dull teacher drones on and on and on about, I don't know, math. I'll be honest, I stopped paying attention to the lesson 20 minutes ago. Basically, a boring environment can equal a boring education, which isn't beneficial for anyone involved. But what if you could have a classroom formed by nature herself? Personally, I feel like I'd want to pay at least a bit more attention. This here is the Zhongzhuang Cave School in China, made in Mao Village. This was a school that could teach nearly 200 students and held 8 teachers, allowing for a proper education for one of China's poorest villages. That's what I'd like to say if China had not shut it down. The government shut down the school personally, declaring that the country is not a society of cavemen. Despite that, this still seemed to be a cool school to be at, and really it is a shame it was shut down. Which school? In Salem. Oh boy, what a winning combination. Sarcasm aside, there actually is a school in Salem whose primary purpose is to teach the history behind the witches, as well as explore the narrative behind their stories. This school challenges the hostility shown by Christians of back then, and also in modern times apparently, teaching its 40,000 plus students to be empowered by the witch community. Whether students are called Wiccans or witches, I'm not really sure, but this school strives to teach them fables and stories of magical folk, whose lives were cut short by the ignorant masses of the past, and also trying to educate them about the benefits of using magic nowadays. It may seem like an odd school to go to, but I can tell that the intentions here are pretty good. This school actually seems pretty neat, trying to teach important history and offers both in-house teaching as well as online and offline courses for those outside of the area. All of this is in pursuit of education and helping students master their dark powers. Hopefully for good, actually. Okay, I had to put this in because of the witch school, and really, how could I not? While the previous entry was modeled off of real-life witch trials, this one is based off of Harry Potter. This is the school most of us adults wish we had growing up. This is the Grey School of Wizardry, founded by the eccentric but probably good-natured Oberon Zell Ravenheart. Oberon's main goal was to bring the fantastic and magical world of Harry Potter to reality. The school provides a 7-year curriculum in all fields of wizardry and accepts students of all colors and religious backgrounds. Some of the most notable courses include the psychic arts, healing, herbalism, beast mastery, dark arts, and alchemy. While this may not be the school with the most applicable skills, it's still really cool to see a school strive for creativity and imagination as hard as this one, and honestly I hope it thrives. Alright guys, let's face it. Picking up girls can be pretty difficult when we're in school. Trying to ask them to dances and dates, it's friggin' nerve-wracking. Especially if you're like me, who was a big old nerd and didn't know how to do it. Girls, on the other hand, seem to have special classes dedicated to actually trying to pick us up. In Japan, that is. A man can dream. Yes, there actually is a school dedicated to helping women find a husband in the Asian country, and the reason for this is apparently due to a changing of perspective in gender roles. Now, don't quote me on all this, I did look a lot of this stuff up, it's just kinda hard to tell, but reading up on this subject reveals that apparently that marriage is on the decline in Japan, and this school aims to turn its students into marriage material. Reportedly, the average age of the female students are in their 30s, and this school will then teach them how to talk, walk, and present themselves to prospective husbands. You know, I don't know if this school is legit, if it's weird, if it's sexist, or just... Oh man, I don't even know where to start with this one. Hey, found the perfect school for a lot of people. Clown college has often been the butt of jokes and insults, but clown education is a legitimate field of study, despite the stigmas and general hatred of clowns shared by a lot of people, including me. However, this particular clown school found in Ohio is a tad different, instead teaching its students to raise a different perspective on clowns. This school seeks to dismantle the prejudices aimed towards these wacky characters, wanting to promote comedy and happiness in society through them and charitable deeds. The school offers a 30-week-long course that will teach you how to properly apply makeup and do balloon animals. Sure, it may seem kinda stupid, but you know, you can make fun of it all you'd like, but just remember, clowns can make well over $50,000 a year if they do it right. Dear Lord, I love this school based on name alone. You ever want to just cut your math lesson short and just do what you want? Maybe draw all day and hone your artistic talent, or perhaps write all day and make incredible stories and essays? Or perhaps if the artistic field isn't for you, you're even more inquisitive, wanting to take objects apart and find out how they work? Well, boy howdy do I have the school for you, Sonny Jim. This here is the Dangerous Brightwork School located in California, and the special part about this institution is dedicated to allowing kids to make their own learning, under adult supervision of course. This school pretty much allows you to learn what you please, from the aforementioned ideas to stuff like woodshop, metalwork, and maybe just cutting things in half for the fun of it. Number 3. School of Silicon Valley. iPads, top-notch PCs, innovative tech, and generally having better things than we did in regular public schools. Yep, that's Silicon Valley, baby. This school is located in California and is heavily against the traditional approach of education in that they prefer to teach using technology-based courses. Each student has access to the latest tablets and iPads, heavily advanced 3D modeling classes, programming courses, and really just more than most modern schools like to offer. This could be anything due to budget cuts or just being like my old Marana High School and being a cruddy school in general. Sure, I could rag on this school though, but what it aims to do is genuinely cool. It sounds like a tech enthusiast's dream. Today's best pick shows a school that seems to be a little on the wetter side. But this isn't so much a unique school as it is just flooded in a bad area. Yeah, I know, bummer that we don't have a school that allows us to literally learn with fishes. But don't worry, I have a present for you all. You ever wish you could come into school a little later? Ever in the mood to deal with science so early in the morning, or you honestly just wish you could do certain activities first before heading to school? I honestly feel like this is a dream for a lot of people, and thankfully this school is the answer to those prayers. This school's unique feature is allowing the students to pace themselves and create their own timetable on learning. Students can choose what they want to study on any given day, giving them complete control over their own curriculum as well as their pace. They could have math on a certain time one day, then change it the next, maybe not even have it that entire week and focus on science. It can create a mostly stress-free environment. And I bet you anything public schools hate that idea. Pun fully intended, this is the official school of St. Nick located in Michigan. This school was made to preserve the history of the jolly old elf and was started by one Charles Howard. Charles Howard is an actor who adored playing Santa in the late times of Christmas. I can really respect this school, especially nowadays when we need a bit more joy in our lives due to certain outside events. Funnily enough though, despite Santa being a jolly man, this is a difficult school to both enroll in and also graduate from, being compared to Harvard actually. In fact, over 200 potential Santas enroll every year, and several flunk out due to not having proper engagement, singing, or dancing skills to be considered a proper Santa. Tough crowd. And that is our video for today, folks. I do hope you enjoyed it. Which school was the coolest to you? Any schools I missed? Well, let me know in the comment section down below. With all that said and done, I'll see you all next time. Later, everybody.